Hey guys, it's your girl Brienne and I'm back with another video. Okay, so I'm just want to start off this video by saying I'm so sorry. I've been out of commission lately ever since what's in my hospital bag. I've been in a hospital. I started having really bad blood clots in my urine, and that left me in the hospital for about 3 weeks. And I just got out Thursday, and today is Tuesday, so almost a week that I've been out the hospital. And boy, was it a long journey being in the hospital. That's all I'm gonna say. So I just want to apologize dearly. I did not forget about you guys. I want to celebrate making it to 146 subscribers. I made that while I was in the hospital, and that was one thing that I really needed in that time, because I was far away from home. My hospital is literally 2.5, 3 hours away from where I live, so it was hard for family to get to me. So I needed something like that to motivate me to continue this. So thank you guys for watching. I promise I'm gonna be dropping videos like almost back to back to back. So I'm going to try to get back on my Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn your notifications on so that you guys know when I drop a video, and don't forget to follow me on my social media. With that, let's get into the video. So today I'm going to be doing 20 facts about me, and when I tell you guys, it took me a while to even make this up, because like I'm just such a chill, laid back person that 20 facts, that's a lot. So I came up with some good juicy ones, because I didn't want them to be like a random fact. Well, like there are random facts, but like just really boring facts. So let's start. So fact number one, I am from Brooklyn, New York. I was born and raised there, and I lived there for 14 years of my life. And then I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. New York will always be my home. I love it and I miss it so much. Shout out to Greenpoint and Bed-Stuy. Those are the two places where I spent most of my life. Again, I go there almost every summer and visit, just because it's my second home. Fact number two, I am an only child on my mom's side. On my dad's side, I have, I want to say 9 brothers and sisters, and I'm only really close to about 3 of them. Fact number 3, I've been in fashion since I was 8 years old. I started making my own outfits. I told my mom, I don't want you to pick out my outfits anymore. I want to do them. I was into patterns, colors, shapes, sizes. I would dress my mom. I would get into her closet, help her get dressed. My grandmother, my aunt, my cousin. I just love fashion, and I'm glad that I discovered that at a young age, because it's what I am now studying in college. I am studying fashion merchandising because I want to eventually be a visual merchandiser or a fashion buyer. I'm really leaning more towards visual merchandising after taking this one class that really interested me. So that's what I'm leaning towards. So fact number 4. Fact number 4 is I have a rare type of sickle cell, and that type of sickle cell is sickle cell O Arab. And I've only met one person with this, and we have a similar type of story as far as like blood in urine, and not really getting sick that much until like puberty hit. One time we were in the hospital at the same time. So if you know sickle cell, the main 2 types of sickle cell is sickle cell SS and sickle cell SC. So my type is closely related to SC, but it's still in research, again, because it's so rare, like so rare. And there is so many other different types of sickle cells out there other than SS and SC, but SS and SC are the main 2 dominant ones. Fact number 5, I drink peppermint tea or chamomile tea every night before bed. Peppermint tea, like I have insomnia, so peppermint tea and chamomile tea help to relax and calm me. I take a shower every night, and I put this lotion on called hold on, let me show you guys. So I put this lotion on called it's aromatherapy from Bath and Body Works. and it's called Comfort. When I say this stuff is the bomb diggity, you need to go and get it. It's a little pricey, but it's so worth it. It helps me fall asleep. I get out the bath or a shower, I rub this over my body, I get a hot cup of peppermint tea, chamomile tea, drink it, and I'm literally out within probably 10-15 minutes. And it's all because of this mixed with that. And I think that's even because it calms the mind to encourage relaxation and creates a sense of harmony. So this is very, very good for people who are like me and have insomnia, or when you have pain. Chamomile tea can relax you. It's not like a muscle relaxing, like it's not prescription. So it's a nice natural way to help you fall asleep. Number 6, I had to take 2 semesters off because of sickle cell. And this current one I had to take off because, as I've told you guys before, if you're new to this video, my hemoglobin has been so low to the point where I have to live at a level 5, like a hemoglobin of 5 now. And if you don't know, the average person lives from 11 to 14. So as you could tell, 5 is very low. And some sicklers live at like 8. So that's even low for a normal person. So I used to live at 8, and then over the years, I want to say my sophomore year of my sophomore year of college, my hemoglobin started to drop, and it started to go from 8 to 7 was my norm, and then 6 was my norm, and now 5 is my norm. And I have to take a shot every 2 weeks, which is called Araness, to help boost that up, because obviously you can't live at a level 5 for the rest of your life because you can't really do much. That's why I had to drop school, because I couldn't walking on campus was a struggle. I would get to class and I would literally be out of breath. I would fall asleep in class. I wasn't motivated the way I should have been. And the first semester, my first semester of my junior year, I did amazing at a level 6, and that was really hard. So imagine at a level 5. So that's why I had to take this recent semester off, and it hurt me because I love school. School is like my scapegoat, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And if you want a story about that, let me know down below, and I will definitely make a video about how I overcame the hardship of having to drop the semester in the middle of the semester. So moving on, for number 7, I did competitive cheerleading for 2.5 years in high school. I cheered with Charlotte All-Stars in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I loved it. And that was honestly one of the ways that I was out of the hospital. I was active. Anybody who does competitive cheer knows you do a heck of a lot in 2.5 minutes. And you know, when I first did it, I was a terrible cheerleader. Then towards the end, I became like a good back spot. Like, I love being a back spot, and if I could do it today, I would. Like, I love being a back spot. At the end of my second year, I was transitioning to be level 3, but then I got sick. So what else is new? Number 8 is I did competitive dance for 12 years. So this is when I was in New York. My mom put me in Hamilton dance. I don't know if it's still around. It was in Greenpoint, North Carolina, and I don't know if it's still around. I think it is, but I did Hamilton dance for about 5-6 years when I was living in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, New York. And then I did I did middle school dance for my school and all that stuff. I love dance, but not as much. I love cheerleading. Cheerleading was my absolute favorite. I kind of wish that I found it before that I found dance, because I definitely, hands down, would have chosen, ooh, excuse me, Brienne. I definitely would have chosen cheerleading over dance. Number 9, I worked in a hair salon for most of my life. Hair was like my hobby, my second hobby. I really liked it. I did blowouts, I could braid, I could flat twist, I could do a lot. The only thing that I really can't do is put in a weave, but I could do your foundation. What else? I worked in a hair salon. I made good money working in a hair salon, but if you know, working in a hair salon requires a lot of labor, and of course it put stress on my joints, and I already have AVN in my hip, and I had back problems. So that's one of the reasons why I went and really want to make a career out of doing hair. But I do love doing hair. So hair was one of my absolute favorite things to do. Like I could do somebody's blowout in a minute and you'll be looking fly. Okay. Number 10 is I want to be a retail buyer, but I really want to go into visual merchandising. So I'll kind of go into what visual merchandising is right now, and that is those people, or when the part of visual merchandising that I want to be in is, you know, when you go to a mall and you see the display, I want to be the people that make the display for like the holidays, for sales, stuff like that. I've always been into that. That first window display that you see that draws you in to get you into the store. That's what I've always wanted to do. I had to do that as a project for one of my classes, and I loved it. So that's what I'm really leaning towards when I graduate school. On number 11. I will definitely make a story about this before I even tell you what it's about, and this is going to like rock your world. Okay, so number 11, I stepped on a needle in the hospital. Yes, I stepped on a needle in the hospital, and it devastated me. They tested me for everything you can imagine. I'm clean, but it's one of the scariest things that you can ever experience. Like, I will go into depth in the video that I make about it, but I'm gonna do a story time, and I'm gonna go into depth with it. But for the sake of this video, just know that I stepped on a needle, and I went through a whole bunch of testing, and I'm clean. I don't have anything. Thank you, Jesus. I learned how to speak Russian when I was 3 years old. Of course, I don't know Russian now, but I did learn how to speak Russian. I used to live in a Greenpoint. If you don't know, if you're not from New York, Greenpoint is a very Russian Polish neighborhood, and I learned a little bit of Polish. I learned a little bit of French, and I learned a little bit of Russian, and I still know this one rhyme. Ferizhaka, dormez-vous, simile-matina, ding ding dong, ding ding dong. Let me know, guys, if you know where that's from. If you know, I may send you something, but you gotta know. For number 13, I know, right? We're like flying through this. For number 13, I did a Make-A-Wish. I didn't even know what Make-A-Wish was until I moved to North Carolina, and my doctor put me onto it, and I wanted to go to LA, and I had the most phenomenal time. I went with my best friend at the time, my mom, and my grandmother, and we met Jill Scott. That is like a story in itself. She was very rude to my best friend, and Jill Scott, I don't know, she just was having a bad day at the time, but when I encountered her in LA, it wasn't like a good encounter. But who knows, she could have been going through something. But I personally loved LA. I definitely want to move there sometime in the near future, because it's always been a dream of mine. And then I just want to thank Make-A-Wish for granting me that opportunity to go there and bring the people that I love with me. I will always cherish that memory in my heart. It was so funny. Me and my best friend, we wore matching outfits. We were so excited. Like, we had they gave us a car. We were in the Sheraton in Hollywood. Like, they gave us spending money. Like, it was amazing. Like, shout out to Make-A-Wish. They really make sure that you have the best time of your life. And I went, I think, the summer of 2011, and I will never forget it. Like summer of 2011, so I was I want to say going into 10th grade of high school. So yeah, it was one of the best times of my life. So thank you so much, Make a Wish, for making that wish come true for me. Number 14, I went to a HBCU, which was called Virginia State University. Shout out my Trojans. I loved it, but I loved it enough to leave it. It was one of those type of things. I definitely got the experience. I got to experience an HBCU. I got to experience going off to college far away from home. I cried my eyes out because if you don't know, Virginia State is in Petersburg, and Petersburg is just a little town, probably about like this big, and it's mainly just the college students that go there. And man, oh man, I met some good friends there that I love, but I really did excel the first semester at Virginia State to the point where I got a full ride my second semester. So I want to give myself a pat on the back. Like, and even when I was there, I didn't get sick not once until finals, which I was kind of expecting, because finals, you know, you get nervous and all of that stuff, and stress is the number one trigger for me for my sickle cell to act up. So I try to like have less stress as possible. But Virginia State is one of those memories that I will also carry it with me for the rest of my life, because it was one heck of a college experience, let me tell you. Number 15, I was the tallest in my middle school. I am 5'9", for those of you who don't know. I was always towering over people. Like, I was always insecure about my height. Like, I just have long legs, and all you can see is just my long legs. And I was so insecure about it. I just always wanted to be short. You know how you always want what you can't have? Like, that's just how I was. Like dang it, like I just want to be a little bit shorter. But now I've learned to embrace my height, and I just have this model body that I just love. And I just want to say that I've just learned to love my figure, and it took a while, but my height is something that I definitely cherish. But then I got to high school, and then everybody was towering over me. So number 16, I did not feel sickle cell pain until I was 12 years old. And I know a lot of you will be like, are you serious? Like, no. Yeah, I didn't feel sickle cell pain until I was 12 years old. From like 0 to 12, I was either in the hospital for low hemoglobin, need a blood transfusion, infection, pneumonia, asthma, like all those stuff, but never for pain. And then when it came, honey, it came. Number 17, while I was at VSU, I was studying fashion, and I made my first dress. Now, fashion design isn't something that I'm really into. I'm more into the business side of fashion. Like, I really want to study that aspect of it, but but it was definitely something that I will always remember, because it was the amount of steps it took to make that dress. Like, I really salute the people that, you know, make clothes for a living, because it's a lot. And you know, I did a really good job on it, but unfortunately I don't have it, because my best friend Tiara, she has it and she wears it. So I'm glad that, you know, it's good enough for somebody to wear. So hey. Number 18, I was born with 12 fingers, and coincidentally so was my best friend Lexi. So I had a finger that came out of this, my pinky finger, and then they cut it off. I know, it kind of gross. And then they burn the ends, and then this is what I'm left with, a little nub, and it's the same on this side. And my best friend Lexi, she has the same thing. So like, what a coincidence. They wanted to take it off before actual nerves grew and a bone grew. So kind of weird, right? That's one thing that really makes me special. I was born with 12 fingers, so yeah. Kind of cool, right? Number 19, I I had my first communion in elementary school. I don't remember what grade, but I want to say like first, maybe second grade. I had my first communion. I went to Catholic school, so I also had it through the Catholic school, and it was interesting. I remember like little bits and pieces of it, but I do remember like what all happens. Like if you were to watch a Holy Communion happen on YouTube, mine happened the exact same way. But I do not practice Catholicism. It was just because I was at the Catholic school at the time. My grandmother does practice Catholicism. I'm more of a spiritual based person. I do believe in God. I do believe in a higher power, but I do not really practice a religion per se. Number 20, yay! Number 20. So, backstory: I went to Detroit a few years ago. I want to say my 9th grade year or my 8th grade year, and we went to Canada. And at the time, I didn't have a passport, so how they let me in the country, I do not know. But I went to Canada, and I loved it. I think I went to Ontario. It was very, very nice. It was clean. It's kind of like a vague memory because it has been so long, but I do remember coming back into customs. It was very, 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 very hard. They almost didn't let me back in. I was almost stuck in Canada, but thank God I was able to get through. I think I had a nice officer who remembered me when I went in. So that's my fun fact. I went into Canada without a passport, and I almost got stuck in customs. So that's all that I have for you guys. That's the 20 facts about me, and it took me a while to think about that, guys. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Like please, let's get to 200. Let's get to let's get to 10K. Let's get to 1K. Like I'm gonna be on my shiz naive, because you know I have been slacking. Not even because I not even because I didn't want to not put up a video. It's just because I've been so with that, I'm gonna close off this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I love my private twerking, and I'll see you next time.